Hello, we are the Grand Masters of the North. I'm Rory,
And I'm Steve.
and do we have a topic today?
We'll talk about stuff,
Stuff,
stuff like some comics and stuff.
comic books, because
We cover like why anime, not anime, like
oh,
manga is better than
American comic books.
better than our American.
Since last weekend wasn't it? It was San Diego Comic Con. All the other
Yep.
Comic Cons don't matter, and
San Diego doesn't matter.
the funny thing is, they barely have comic books there anymore. It's just a name, more or less.
Yeah, it's probably as much of a tech show now as anything else.
I mean,
Oh look, we're releasing a new car. But here's the iPhone 7.
here's the iCar, but you want this instead of the phone. But like that's so funny how
Apple Watch 3.0. Wear it on your wrist or your ankles.
the funny thing is that Comic Con is actually a generic name. Anyone can use the term or name Comic Con, but when most people hear it, they think of San Diego Comic Con.
Not me.
Why not?
I don't know. I hear Comic Con, I think of comics, not San Diego.
Well,
San Diego can burn.
con is a convention.
That's why I think of San Diego.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Melvin Gordon got drafted to the Chargers, so
I haven't read any recent Marvel comics because I had the one with Spider-Man Wolverine, which I thought was really good. But that's maybe a year or two old.
Year or two.
So I'm thinking they probably have some more short stories that are better. But I'm reading the new Justice League one for DC, and if I gotta say anything, Marvel better step up their game because these new storylines that they're doing are really good.
Well, maybe it's their turn. I will say, I've never read a physical comic book. I've read them digitally.
Well, that's fair.
That's,
Nowadays,
it's all digital, yeah. Because I did get the Marvel app, and they had free copies, and I signed up for that and read that. But besides that,
nowadays you can't. Most people can't even say I've held a comic book anymore. They just read it online.
They see the very first issue of Superman. It's like, what's that? Use as, toilet paper or something. Because they don't have anything else.
It's only $1.5 million.
Only
your ass with this, with the fucking pages.
I'm a huge comic book fan.
Just
but
think of how many that might actually happen to back in the day.
Yeah.
Because that would have been right around the time people were still using outhouses, transitioning to toilet. I'm being serious.
Yes, I know. Because
a lot of people have still had piss pots in the corner of their rooms.
You have some chamber
not
pots.
Me because I'm civilized. I'm
indoor
not
plumbing.
Savage.
But I'm a huge comic book fan, but I've never really read the comics. I've watched cartoons.
Don't even. You're a huge Marvel fan. Don't even try and beat around the bush.
Ooh, I'm a more Marvel fan, yes, but the preview for Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice.
I had tape stuck on my foot.
the preview, the preview for the trailer. I enjoyed it, and that makes me want to go see it.
I thought it was good. They could have just put a black bar over Ben Affleck and
put the Daredevil mask over him.
I just don't like him as a person. And that affects me wanting to I think the movie's
when
gonna
he
be
puts
good.
the Batman mask on, that covers his face.
Doesn't cover his voice.
Oh wow, can't help that. But I mean, DC.
It looked good, but it's I gotta get over the fact that it's Ben Affleck. I really wish Christian Bale would have did it.
I mean, I'm sure you're not the only one, but I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be just as gritty. It's supposed to be darker.
I'm hoping so, because I don't like how they used to be, where they're more lighthearted.
Family friendly.
I like how they're more dark and gritty.
Good example is the Daredevil series on Netflix.
Yep.
That
I did like.
I love that too. Just let's be honest, comic books or comics in general, that whatever you want, that franchise, it's maturing. It needs to mature, get more dark and gritty.
Yep.
And sexy.
Well, it has to, because if you go read all the stuff from back in the day to read right where we are now, it's a lot more dark.
It is, but the thing is, it
It's
all
more
depends
dark,
on
and everybody wants to see everybody else die.
even
Thanks, Game of Thrones.
yeah. Even go back to the 20s and 30s when they started, more or less. You know, they some were dark for their times.
Yep. Well, yeah, I guess they were pretty dark. Shark repellent and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
times have
Batman.
changed, and
I'm gonna shoot my squid missile at the helicopter.
okay, Aquaman.
Have you ever watched any old Batman movies?
Uh, when you say old Batman movies, are you talking about
Adam West.
I think I've seen
I'm
parts.
not
Like,
talking about newer ones,
Not
like 90s.
if you're talking
and
about the
stuff.
show. Yes, I've seen some episodes of the original Batman live action television series.
People were a lot more family friendly back in the day.
But that was the 60s, so hippies were ruling everywhere. So
That's
he was
true.
fighting hippies.
Yeah, there's some interesting stuff there. And I gotta give them props for creativity, throwing shit together.
All they, sound effects. Sound effects. They put pow and
Well,
kabam.
not that.
Not
like
that.
the one Batman movie with the Penguin, and I think Catwoman was in it.
Oh,
and-
now you're getting to the 90s. I think that's
No. This was old Adam West and Robin. their bat helicopter or
Oh
some
my
shit
God.
went down, and they're like, "Oh, use your bat legs, Robin." And they were obviously on like one of those, in front of one of those moving walls that kind of rotate,
Oh,
and they're on like a fucking treadmill thing, running.
yeah.
And it was so cheesy
Hey,
and corny, but I
hey, but
laughed because it was funny.
those were special effects back in the day.
Oh, they were special. If they were any more special, they would have been in a wheelchair. It's the truth,
But
though.
at least technology has gotten better.
Oh, thank God it has.
Yes, thank God.
Because when they were in the helicopter and a shark jumped up and bit the ladder that he was holding on, and he pulled out a convenient can of shark repellent,
just so happened.
to be on his utility
belt.
belt.
Have you seen the footage of the Suicide Squad?
I think I watched one trailer. They're
Because
walking.
it was
Will Smith.
they showed a
super
thing at
hot Harley Quinn. I was watching that.
because they showed something at Comic-Con just for the people at Comic-Con, and obviously people with phones and technology these days recorded it and uploaded it on YouTube, and they weren't happy, but like, okay, we'll show you, we'll release it anyways.
Yep.
And like,
I think Marvel's the only one that's really kept lids on that.
on hiding stuff or not trying to.
When they do
They had a leak a year or so ago, and they blamed Hydra for it. So they were playing a little tongue in cheek there.
It wasn't that big though.
I-
Most of theirs that they have the specials showing previews, and somehow they keep tabs on who's doing what and hiding that stuff. I don't know how.
I will say that's the one thing that disappoints me. That
Because you look at DC, the fucking Superman, Batman thing.
Here, the one thing that disappoints me that Warner Brothers owns DC, and their universe can exist all in one. While in Marvel, 20, 30 years ago, whatever, they had to sell off movie rights because they need money.
Because they're sellouts.
Before Disney bought them and so forth. So Fox had the rights for Fantastic Four, X-Men, and then Sony had the rights to Spider-Man, and everyone else was up for grabs. So but now, so like the Fantastic Four, X-Men, they don't exist in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yep.
And
it would be weird if they even introduced them now, even if they made
some
deal, because there's nothing alluding to them anywhere. And you almost had to have stuff in the background. You can't just be like, boom, here's Magneto, Wolverine,
but like,
and all of them.
In a few months, the reboot Fantastic Four is coming out, and I'm iffy about that. Have you seen any of the previews for that?
I've seen no previews.
Oh,
I've seen some pictures,
I mean,
but I don't
it.
know.
I'm hoping to go still see it just because of how I'm a big fan, for Marvel and comic books and
Yeah.
all that. But I don't have high hopes, so maybe I can I'll shit my pants in enjoyment if it blows me away.
Well, that's getting your hopes up pretty high.
Yeah, I know, but like right
I
now,
I doubt it. The first one. What was her name? Holly Berry.
maybe.
I think she starred in it. Was it Holly Berry?
I'm not sure. I don't think so.
Jessica Simpson.
I'm not. To be honest, I couldn't tell
I don't
you.
know. I get them all mixed up. But that really
But
hot chick that was in it, I was watching it for
the
her.
the original, the first two ones, right? Chris
Yeah.
Evans, he was
He was-
Johnny Storm, and now he's Captain America.
Yep. He upgraded.
Yeah. And like right now, the big movie that's out is Ant-Man. Haven't seen it yet. Going to,
Maybe.
and I have high hopes.
Well, I don't.
It's just because it's
It-
Ant-Man.
No, it dashed my hopes because I like the Hank Pym thing with Tony Stark and Ultron, and that was one of my big things I liked, and
And that's what disappointed you in Age of Ultron.
yeah, that's where Age of Ultron kind of just shit on all my hopes and
But
dreams.
that's the one thing with comic books. They have multiple universes, so anything can change. That's why the Fantastic Four can
we'll
get
wake
their
up.
powers in there.
We'll wake up one day and Disney will be like, none of that counted.
Yep, it's more or less what they're doing with the Star Wars.
Yep.
It's like, no, that didn't happen.
Well, if they do it with Star Wars, why won't they do it with Marvel? As soon as what's his name dies, the old dude.
George Lucas or
No,
Harrison
the other,
Ford.
the other old guy.
What other old guy?
From Marvel.
Oh, Stan Lee.
Yeah, as soon as he dies.
Stan Lee's not in Ant-Man because that's the first time he broke his streak of not appearing in Marvel movies for the longest time because just his schedule just didn't work out. They said.
It's stupid. He couldn't even show up, or they couldn't sneak a picture of you in the background.
No, he's too good. He had to
He's
make
like
sure
90.
he had to make sure he's in the Fantastic Four one though. Probably. But
I don't know. His cameos were getting kind of.
they just get thrown in here and there. Some were good, some
So-
were cheesy, and some were just
Some
like,
were really good,
eh.
and then it's like all the rest were. Why are you wasting my time?
yeah.
That's like a good 10 seconds gone. I'll never get back.
So you would say you're more of a DC fan,
Batman fan.
Batman,
Because Batman would wreck all of them.
whatever.
This is
I'm
the
Marvel.
Truth. The truth.
That-
Batman has game plan.
That's a debate for another
Except
time.
the Ben Affleck Batman. He can die.
But
Doesn't count.
who, like I said, who doesn't love comics?
I just want Superman to just wreck him.
Just take a big old dump on him after.
Just beat the shit out of
Beat-
Ben Affleck.
Beat the shit out of Batman, take a big old steamer on him.
Pretty much. That would make me happy. And then I'd go watch The Dark Knight and stuff and be happy again.
The animated series or whatever. That's what really happened.
And they do make good cart. Well, the
Animated.
Yeah, I'd say
Animated.
I
They're not
call
cartoons
Can't call it a cartoon.
because you're not,
I'm not
15.
5 anymore. I can't say, oh, it's Cartoon Network.
Yeah. Oh,
But they used to have all the cool stuff on Cartoon Network.
but
Unless you watch Nickelodeon, get out of here.
are you sure you're not 5 anymore or whatever?
Maybe.
Maybe.
It's a toss-up.
Anyways,
Depends on the day.
we love comics. Now that they're doing live action movies and TV series and all that, it's just even better.
Yep.
No one needs to read these days.
Well, we'll cut her off there.
Yep. So, until next time.
GMN out.